Dear friends, welcome to the next lecture of Organization of Commerce and Management subject. I am Mrs. Neeta Ivle. We have started fifth chapter, that is Emerging Modes of Business. Friends, in last lecture we understood meaning and scope of e-business. Then we got familiar with benefits and also limitations of e-business. Today we are going further on the path. Today we will understand the procedure of online transactions. Procedure of online transactions. Friends, after understanding scope and benefits of e-business, you must be excited to make online shopping, right? For that, we must know the procedure of online transaction thoroughly. We must understand how to information is exchanged and how products can be ordered. And most important, how to make payments. Now, let's understand all the procedure. As we know, for business, exchange of information is a vital part. In traditional business, there are three channels of exchange the information are available. And those are face-to-face interaction, by phone, and third is by post. It means the information is exchanged in traditional business too, but it costs more money and time. I already explained it in last lecture. Do you recall it? Okay, I am telling once again. See, there were three channels. In face-to-face interaction in traditional business, one needs to travel to be able to talk to the other party, inquiring or requiring travel efforts, greater time and costs. Exchange of information through the telephone is also inconvenient. It requires simultaneous presence of both the parties for verbal exchange of information. Information can be transmitted by post too, but this again is quite a time consuming and expensive process. Internet comes in as the fourth channel for exchanging information. The channel is free from most of the problems referred to above. In the case of information intensive products and services such as software and music, even delivery can take place online. Online transaction is a payment method in which the transfer of fund and money happens online over electronic fund transfer. Online transaction process is secure and password protected. Three steps involved in the online transaction are registration, place an order, and payment. For example, ATM machine transactions such as deposits, withdrawals, inquiries, and transfer. Supermarket payments with debit or credit cards is also another example. Friends, before discussing procedure of online transactions, I would like to share some interesting facts about e-business provider sites in India. Now see, it is clear that no doubt e-business has grown dramatically in the last 10 years. Its only constant is change. Awareness of these changes can be help both business and consumers better utilization and take advantage of e-business. E-commerce changed the way people shop. As major marketing of business is done only online these days, it becomes easy for the customers to know what new is available. Now, in place of visiting retailer stores physically, customers prefer to shop online, which offers a lower price than physical stores. Now see, if I say online shopping, instantly Amazon site will come in front of your eyes, right? It's true, and it is because Amazon is one of the first e-commerce sites which launched in 1995 as an online bookstore and has grown to be the largest online retailer in the world. If I ask you which is the biggest e-commerce company in India, let's see. In 2017, the largest e-commerce companies in India were Flipkart, Amazon, and Snapdeal. In 2018, Amazon beats Flipkart and was recorded the biggest e-commerce in India in terms of revenue. But in 2018, Flipkart is the largest online retailer in India with a 31.9% market shares, followed by Amazon at 31.2% only. In October 2019, after adding the market share of its fashion specialty sites Mitra and Jabong, Flipkart controls a 38.3% market share. Most of the retailer brands have also started entering into the market and they expect at least 20% sales through online in next 2-3 years. According to Google India's research in 2016, by 2021, India is expected to generate $100 billion online retail revenue, out of which $35 billion will be through fashion e-commerce. So friends, you can see where you have opportunities for career. Are you getting my points? Now let's move to the procedure of online transactions. What is described here is the process of online trading from a customer standpoint. Operationally, one may follow 3 stages involved in online transaction. Which are these? These are pre-purchase or pre-sale, then actual purchase or actual sale, and the last one is delivery stage. It involves following steps. Now the first one is registration. Friends, as you know, registration is the first step in online transaction. Before online shopping, one has to register with the online seller by filling up a registration form. Registration means that you have an account with the online vendor. The customer needs to log in a particular website to buy a particular article or service. The customer has to provide his personal details like name, address, age, phone number, mobile number, email ID, etc. These all details are saved and are safe with the website. Among various details that need to be filled in with a password as the sections related to your account. Your shopping cart are password protected and is an online record of what you have picked up while browsing the online store. For security reasons, the buyer's account and his shopping cart is password protected. Now this was the first step. Now the second step is placing an order. After registration, You choose the product which you want to buy from various choices. Once you like the product and service, you can pick and drop the items in the shopping cart. As stated before, shopping cart is an online record of what you have picked up while browsing, also the number of units or quantity, and the important thing, that is price for each item. Just as in a physical store you can put in and take items out of your cart, likewise you can do so even while shopping online. After being sure of what you want to buy, you can check out and choose your payment options. Now, what is payment and how can we do that? This is the last step in online transaction. Payment for the purchases through online shopping may be done in number of ways. The buyer has to select the payment option. Don't worry, these payment systems are secured with very high level encryption. The personal financial information is completely secure. Now, we can pay through cash on delivery, that is COD. This is very popular. I think you must heard about it. As is clear from the name, payment for the goods ordered online may be made in cash at the time of physical delivery of goods. The buyer pays when he receives the product. In this type of payment is made at the doorstep of buyers. At the time of delivery, the customer can pay in cash or by debit or credit card. Next one is check. Friends, we studied about check in last year and also in second chapter this year. You can make payments for online purchases through check also. For this, the online seller may arrange for the pickup of the check from the customer's end. After realization of that check, the delivery of goods may be made. Now, the third one, that is next method of payment, is net banking transfer. Almost all banks provide to their customers the facility of electronic transfer of funds through the net. Therefore, in this case, the buyer may transfer the amount for the agreed price of the transaction to the account of the online seller. After receiving the amount, the seller dispatches the goods to the buyer. It's very simple. Now the next one is credit or debit cards. You must be heard about debit cards, credit cards, ATM cards. Popularly, debit cards and credit cards are referred as a plastic money. These cards are the most widely used as medium of online transactions. In fact, about 95% of online consumer transactions are executed with the credit card. The buyer makes payment through debit or credit cards and amount get deducted from customer's account and deposited in seller's account. Now, the seller dispatches the good to the buyer. And the last one is digital cash. Digital cash is a form of electronic currency that exists only in cyber space. Friends, you must understand this meaning of digital cash by heart, as this is one of the most liked term which the examiner asks. So, what is digital cash? It is a form of electronic currency that exists only in cyberspace. Right? In fact, this type of currency has no real physical properties but offers the ability to use real currency in an electronic format. This type of payment system hopes to resolve the security problems related to the user use of credit card numbers on the internet. Here, the money in buyer's bank account is converted into a code that is saved on a microchip, a smart card, or on hard drive of his computer. When he makes a purchase, he needs to mention that particular code to the website and thereafter the transaction is duly proceeded. Friends, we all know that there are number of e-payment service provider available in India. Let's talk about them. Here are some preferred e-payment services used among Indians in February 2020. Friends, do you know that over 85% of Indian people preferred to use Paytm for e-payments? Paytm is based in Noida and founded in 2010. Paytm reported a revenue of nearly 36 billion Indian rupees in financial year 2019, catering about 350 million users countrywide. So, we can say that Paytm is the most popular app in India. Some other names are Google Pay. 69% of Indian people prefer to use it for e-payments. Next comes PhonePe, which has 61% preference. The last, that is next one, is Amazon Pay with 50% and Bheem with 44%. Now we will go through buying selling process. Till we saw the limitations and benefits of online transactions and we understood the importance and need of these electronic activities as well. So we must think about how the problems in online transactions can be minimized. In traditional business, time is required to travel, to negotiate, to convince, and presence of both parties for face-to-face interaction is necessary. Actually, lots of time is wasted in this process. On the other hand, in online transactions, the required information is provided with terms and conditions and it is free from most of the problems referred above. So, online transactions are easier and result oriented than traditional business. That is why we must study the buying and selling process. The following chart will explain it properly. Now the first step is buyer finds seller. The second is selection of goods. The third one is negotiation of price and delivery terms and conditions. Fifth is actual sale. And sixth one is payment and delivery on time payment, online payment, or delivery and payment. That means we can pay first and then we will get goods and services, or we will deliver the goods or services first and then we will pay. And the last step is post-sale activities. Now we understood all the procedure of e-business. Hope you got all the points. Friends, in next lecture, we will discuss the meaning and advantages of outsourcing, I mean BPO. Thank you for watching attentively.